Hey everyone, it's your friendly neighborhood JIU librarian. Today, very briefly, I wanted to talk about searching in databases and subject terms. So, if we remember how to get to our databases, there's a few links here. There's like one here, and then there's one on the bottom here. And databases and other library resources. That's my favorite, so I always click on that. And if you remember, and while this page is loading, it has all of our databases listed alphabetically, and these are all vetted by information professionals. So you're going to find pretty much all good quality stuff. I also have these subcategories up here, which if you're looking just for business or just for education, you can click on there, and it's got them all bunched together for you. I know Academic Search Complete is a very good one, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. This is just another descriptive page for Academic Search Complete, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that one more time. So here we've got it's defaulting into my advanced search screen, which you may see basic search, which is just a few less options. So either or advanced search I usually use because it gives me more stuff that I can turn on and turn off. So let's just start with the search real quick. And if I put in business, we're probably going to come up with a lot of stuff. Let's see, 1,085,000. And when I do a search, this is defaulting, this is optional. You don't have to pick another field up here. This is going to give you a bunch of different options. You really don't have to be too concerned about this unless you're really struggling to find results, and then you can try playing around with this a little more. But what the default search does without changing anything is it searches for this keyword, whatever keywords you put in the titles and in the descriptions and in the subjects. So it's giving you quite a bit. And I could show you one more thing here. If you just put in all text, that means it's going to search through everything. I bet you that number's going to go up a little bit here. Yeah, almost 3 million. So alt text is a good place to go when you're really stuck, you really don't know where to go. But I would, you can normally stick with the default, or maybe the title sometimes, or subject terms. So let's look at subject terms, and I'll explain those in a second. So that narrows it down quite substantially. But if I'm doing a paper on business, I'm going to probably want to know a little bit more about business. I'm going to want to focus that search. So what kind of business? Is it going to be management? Is it going to be accounting? Is it going to be anything like that? So what EBSCO offers up here is something called subject terms. And we can see we already used that. And then the subject terms are these guys down here. And then this is how they describe all of their articles. So this particular article, business, supporting business process design, they describe it as it's about business process management. It's also about business planning. It's about business enterprises. So that's quite a bit, and we can look at that real quick. We can see where they list those. So it's going to take you into the article itself, the PDF, and it's slowly loading. But what we can do while that's loading, it doesn't matter. We're not going to really look at it. There it is. Let's go over to this detailed record. And basically, this is all the information about it. So we put in business, just the word business, it's going to show up with every business that shows up. So this particular one is about business analysts, business enterprises, business planning, business process management. So these are subjects. If I wanted to, I could click on this and just look for business enterprises. The other option I can do up here is look at the subject terms. Now what the subject terms are, it's kind of like a thesaurus. So what it's going to do is, and I'll show you here, if I put in business, and then this is every term that begins with business, I've got that picked right here. I can go ahead and browse that, and you can see it has a bunch of business, and it's just kind of random. Basically, it's alphabetical, but it's going to show you everything that they use to just describe business. Quite a bit. So what I can also do here is look for these subject terms that they use to describe articles. Look for business anywhere in those. So browse that. So you can see business, and then now we see it's called Central Business Districts, Strategic Alliances Business. So it's giving me everything that business shows up, which is pretty cool. But that's going to be a lot to look through. So let's say, for instance, I want to look at management, business management. Oops. And I'm going to leave it with term contains, so it'll have all of the business management. There we go. This gets a little bit better. So it's telling me right now I can use, for business management, this is the specific term it wants me to use. It's called industrial management. But I can also see that management, industrial management, business management shows up here, business management shows up here, and they show up here. So we can go ahead and click on industrial management. And I'll click on it one more time. And now what it does is it breaks down everything within industrial management. So a broader term is something like if you went from business to business management. So it's kind of doing the same thing in reverse. Industrial management, a broader term, is management, because that's more general than industrial management. But industrial management also breaks down into narrower terms. So these are the different subcategories of industrial management. So what these do is these give you a little more narrow focus, specifically, especially if you're looking for management. And then related terms, these are also related. So what this thesaurus, what this subject terms does, is tells you how it breaks everything down. So let's look one more example. I like small business management here. So I'm going to click on that. And then it's telling me the bigger term for that was industrial management. And then a related term is small business. So let's click on small business. Now it's telling me that a bigger term for that is business enterprises. So you see this can go on and on and on, but it just depends on how it was described. So click on this again, small business again, small business again. And you can see it's got all the small business broken down. So I recommend you coming in here and playing with this, but what I can do is I'm going to do an advanced search, and then I'm going to change my subject term here and go small business. Go ahead and do the search there. And then the first thing I want to do is make it to full text. Full text is going to give me the complete article. It's not just going to tell me about it. It's not going to be a book review or a citation. And I also want to make sure that it's peer-reviewed scholarly works too. And then I want to make the dates. I don't want it to go back to 1899 necessarily. So, you can if you're looking for a little more historical works and such. But what I'm going to do is just do the last 5 years. So that would make 2009. And you can see this number keeps going down and down and down. And that's 833. So I'll just pick this guy here. And this looks pretty good. And I'm going to go to that detailed record again. And then you can see here's all the subject terms. So what I generally recommend is if you can't find a subject that you like, you go in and you look at the subject terms. Or you do a general search like this, and then you come find the subject terms. And then you can see entrepreneurship. That's a pretty good small business descriptor as well. And new business enterprises, free enterprise, all these kinds of things. So I can just click on, let's see, entrepreneurship. And that's going to come up with its own, everything that has entrepreneurship. And you can also combine them too, if you want. I'm going to change that to subject field there. And so that's entrepreneurship, and I'm going to go small business. Then we can see what comes up here. So 596, and let's say I want to know about management and entrepreneurship in small business. I do a search there for something like 596. Now we're down to 158. And then if I put these guys on again, I only want full text, which is 95. And I only want scholarly peer-reviewed journals. And then I can change the publication date too. Let's see, that was 42. You gotta be careful that we don't completely limit ourselves out of articles, but we'll go back to 2009. And we got 29. And then on the advanced screen, you can also set to language, because this is in Portuguese. But we can come down here, and we see that this article is going to contain all of our keywords. So hopefully it's more in line of what we're looking for. So I hope that helps, and please make sure to let the library know if you need any help. And thanks for visiting the library, and good luck.